Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. Now, as many of you are no doubt aware, this week I celebrated reaching level 49. One more year and I qualify for an epic mount. The problem with getting older is that your memory, even if it wasn't particularly good to begin with, tends to get, well, a bit worse. I'm looking at this replay and I can't help but think that I may have seen this before. I mean, obviously I've seen all of these replays before, because at some point I recorded the video, saved the video file, and then sometime later slap a commentary over the top of it. And yet this wouldn't be the first time I'd re-uploaded the same battle, thinking it was the first time I'd done it, just with a slightly different commentary. In fact, I can still do that and get 108,000 views. On a replay that I've uploaded twice, so that's kind of good. I don't know for a fact, I mean I did check, seriously. I just couldn't shake the feeling that I had already done a commentary on this video, but I went back and I checked previous uploads and I couldn't for the life of me find me, not even as background footage in an episode of Mingles with Jingles. Oh, hang on a second. Things are about to get very interesting indeed for the driver of that LT432 over there, who is being far too aggressive. Bounced a shot from, I should probably introduce him at some point, Eduardo versus 14 here in the EBR90, and that gave him a serious case of overconfidence. And now he's dead. I do love these things, by the way. Look at that. Took a hit from a Scorpion G, and all it did was blow one of his wheels off, which doesn't stop these things. It slows it down a little, but you have to basically blow all of their wheels off in order to stop these things dead. And the EBR90 has got 8 of them. Well anyway, while young Eduardo here is taunting that AMX M4 up there to come out and try his luck and get shot up by the rest of his teammates in the process, I'm reasonably sure I haven't actually uploaded this replay before. And yet it does seem very, very familiar, more so than usual. So if this is not the first time you've seen this replay, and I did check and I couldn't for the life of me find it anywhere, I do apologise. But I'm pretty sure it isn't. Maybe. Anyway, did I mention how hilarious these French armoured cars are? He's actually driving this thing backwards now at full speed. Can you hear that? That's the sound of the world's smallest violin playing for all of the S-Tank drivers who thought that being able to drive backwards at 50 kilometers per hour was special. Oh, and check this out. Bang, there. That was a shot from a 53 TP. It hit one of his wheels, blew a big hole in it, and was yet still somehow unable to penetrate the 16mm of side armour on this thing. Who would have known that French rubber was so tough? Yeah, I can't help but feel they seriously need to address the armour penetration mechanics in World of Tanks in light of these things. Anyway, Eduardo, still driving backwards, you'll note, came back to where he started in order to try to finish off the AMX M445, and then, oh, plot twist, he's not alone. There's an AMX 1375 up here. The Scorpion G's 128mm gun couldn't penetrate this thing's 16mm of armour. The 53 TP's 122mm gun couldn't do it. But the AMX 1375's 75mm gun has no such problems. Well, except for the fact that he doesn't have enough ammunition to get the job done. Now, if that AMX M4 over there, I mean, they were both going to die because he was having his attention occupied by an EBR Hotchkiss, but if the two of them had worked together, oops, careful, who put that rock there? If the two of them had worked together, they would have both still probably died, because the Hotchkiss back there would have been able to finish off the M4, but the M4 and the 1375 would have been able to kill Eduardo in the EBR90, but they didn't work together. They both split their fire against two separate targets, and they're both dead, giving Eduardo his second and third kills. And this GW Panther, who is paying no attention to the map whatsoever, is his fourth. And so Eduardo here is now in a position to indulge in a spot of surprise butt sex. Best kind of butt sex with all of the enemy tanks in the valley. Except at least one of them isn't surprised at all, and was paying attention to his map. A pesky Yag Panther, who has missed his first shot. Well, when it looks like he's got the 88, so he's going to be accurate and have a relatively quick reload, and yet he's missed his second shot. At this point I started to wonder whether or not the Yag Panther was actually aiming at Eduardo. I mean, he must be, there's nothing else up here for him to shoot at. He's about to be joined by the EBR Hotchkiss, but he's not here yet. The Yag Panther can't see him. And it certainly looks like he's aiming at Eduardo, and that is an accurate gun, but, well, that's a 0 damage game for the Jagdpanther. 10 out of 10 for situational awareness. He proved he was at least paying attention to the map and realised the threat that was appearing to his rear, which is more than can be said for the rest of his team on this corner. And there's Top Gun, kill number 6. But as far as the Jagdpanther's aiming is concerned, see me after class must try harder. He's finally got that O-knee right where he wants him. Side armour, thank you, kill number 7. One enemy tank left in this corner. And his gun is pointing this way. And of course, as long as his gun's pointing this way, he's getting shot in the flank by the rest of Eduardo's teammates. And oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Spent all of that time waiting for Eduardo to poke out, taking shot after shot into the side while he did so. And then when he finally got the chance to take the shot, he missed it anyway. Still 2 kills out there for Eduardo to farm. And at this point, I'm not even sure whether he's driving backwards or forwards, he's moving so quickly. It can often be very hard to tell. The 53 TP missed the shot, which means he is now completely screwed. It's going to take 2 more shots for Eduardo, however, and I think the 53 TP has just given up at this point. He's thinking, screw it, I'll shoot the EBR Hotchkiss instead. Does at least get to do a little bit more damage. There's Eduardo's 9th kill. Last tank remaining. Kill number 10 for the Pool's medal. Boom. Headshot. M48 pattern executed. And that's it. 10 kills. In 6 minutes. We're done. What? Don't look at me like that. It's not my fault. He killed everything as quickly as he did. I mean, there's nothing left for him to kill. It's over. He made it look easy, didn't he? It's really not easy. Don't forget, when you're driving this thing backwards, the controls are effectively reversed. So you have to be good. And it's a testament to how good Eduardo is in this thing that unless you were looking at the paper doll to figure out which way was which, it was often very difficult to tell whether he was driving forwards or backwards, because he's equally good in both directions in this French Tier 9 armoured car. And that is not easy. But there are apparently some extremely talented EBR90 drivers out there, because that is Eduardo's very first ace tanker in this machine. Although, based on how he was driving it in that battle, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be his last. So that was one of the quickest and highest scoring World of Tanks battles I have ever seen. Eduardo Vaisas 14 in the EBR90, driving it like he stole it. Hope you enjoyed it. That's it for today, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.